This episode is brought to you by pastasworld.com, where you can find jigsaw puzzles, coffee and tea mugs, canvas and poster prints, iPhone cases, and more. You can even order custom items with your own pictures. Go to pastasworld.com or the Pastas World shop on Etsy to learn more.
You're listening to I Love This TV Show, The Golden Girls.
Hi, and welcome to the I Love This TV Show podcast. I'm your host, Noelle from pastasworld.com. Each season of this podcast will contain a TV show in full. This means the length of the season depends on the length of the TV show. The first season is, of course, The Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls, Season 1, Episode 11, Stan's Return. Blanche is in the kitchen boiling water in a tea kettle. She and Rose are planning a vacation. Blanche wants to go to Martinique. Rose wants to go somewhere historic. Sophia comes in and learns they're going on a vacation without her. She gets mad. Dorothy hasn't told her yet. Blanche insists on going to an island. Sophia: "You're moving, Rose? Too bad. This would be touching if I liked you more." Rose: "I'm not moving, Sophia. The three of us are planning a vacation together." Sophia: "Without me?" Rose: "We were hoping that maybe you'd stay here and watch the house." Sophia: "Why don't you take the house? I'll stay here and watch the hole in the ground." Sophia announces that Stan is there. She left him outside so the neighbors could see him. Dorothy lets him in. Sophia puts down his new wife. Dorothy tells her to behave herself, and then she slams his new wife. After he leaves, Dorothy asks why she ever married him. Dorothy: "Why did I ever marry that man?" Sophia: "Because he knocked you up." Dorothy: "Why did I ever let that happen?" Sophia: "'Cause he got you drunk." Dorothy: "Why am I even discussing this with you?" Sophia: "Beats the hell out of me." Dorothy and Stan are at a little cafe. She doesn't want anything. It's Stan who's hungry. She asks about the healthy diet his new wife put him on. He suddenly breaks down crying that Chrissy has left him for a younger man. Stan: "She left me." Dorothy: "What?" Stan: "Chrissy left me for a younger man." Dorothy: "Younger than Chrissy? Where did she meet him? Camp Snoopy?" Stan: "I didn't want to say anything. What the hell? You deserve to gloat a little." Dorothy: "I deserve to gloat a lot, but I can't. I know what the pain is like, and I wouldn't wish it on—" I don't know how to finish that sentence. I usually say Stan. They have a heart-to-heart. She left him for a much younger man. Stan breaks down. She takes pity on him and agrees to go see the land they just sold. He then offers to take her to dinner in the same spot where they went for their honeymoon. He thinks it was a romantic interlude about them running out of the restaurant back to the hotel. But Dorothy reminds him it was actually because he had the runs. Back at the house, Blanche, Rose, and Sophia are talking about New York. They're afraid of the sickos. Rose suggests they go visit Hollywood. Blanche is afraid of it, though. Rose tells them it was her dream as a kid to become an actress. Blanche and Rose agree they want to go to Hollywood. Stan comes in the kitchen in Dorothy's robe, and they spit out their orange juice. Dorothy comes in. She admits it is what it looks like. Dorothy: "Okay, I know what it looks like, and frankly, that's exactly what it is." Sophia: "You had to bring him home? You couldn't find a drunken sailor on a street corner?" Everyone is surprised by what's taken place, including Dorothy. She tells them that Chrissy left him. Dorothy tells them they aren't getting back together. But as she goes back in the living room, she sees and hears Stan ordering a whole bunch of long-stem roses for her. He does think they're getting back together. It's another day, and the house is full of flowers. The girls each discuss the vacation they still haven't and they still haven't decided where they're going. Rose starts asking questions about things she doesn't understand with the Dorothy and Stan situation. Dorothy is forced to admit that she's all mixed up and confused about Stan and how she feels. He knocks at the door. He asks if she liked the flowers. She does, but it's just too much. She tells him they have to talk. Sophia storms in with a group of older people. They want to see the ex-husband. Dorothy moves the two into the kitchen, and he pleads with her there. Stan, I realize I may be rushing things, but think about it. We had 38 years together. A lot of it was good. I can't believe one stupid mistake on my part could undo all of that. Dorothy, well, believe it. It was one hell of a stupid mistake. Stan, was I the first guy to ever go through a midlife crisis and react that way? Dorothy, probably not, but you were the first one I was married to. He continues and begs, and after he leaves, Sophia speaks her piece. Stan, don't answer me right now. Just think about it, please. Please, don't close the door on the rest of our lives. I love you, Dorothy. Took me a while to realize I always have. And then Dorothy goes in the living room. Sophia, you shouldn't take him back. It's not just my opinion. We took a vote. That night, Rose and Blanche stayed up to wait for Dorothy. She tells them she's still not decided what she's going to do about Stan. But she does admit that she could never trust him again. And then that pretty much makes up her mind, and she just didn't realize it. Blanche tells her she has to be hard on him to end it. Rose tells a story about a guy she had to break up with. His name was Eddie the Aqua Midget. Dorothy and Blanche look horrified. As the story goes on, Blanche keeps making little jokes. Get it? Pun? Little? Rose doesn't notice, at least. When she tells them it wasn't because of his size, but because she couldn't get seriously involved with anyone in show business, Dorothy is just beside herself. Dorothy finally goes to see Stan at his hotel room. He's got champagne and such ready to go, but he's misunderstood why she's come over. While there's a knock at the door, and it's Chrissy. She wants him back. Dorothy attempts to make a graceful exit for the two of them to make up, but Stan stops her. He tells Chrissy he's in love with Dorothy and wants to be with her. He tells Chrissy that it's over. She throws a drink in his face. Dorothy asks him if he was telling the truth about he and Chrissy. She then tells him that she does not want to get back together with him. He cuts her off, asking that she is not going to take him back. After she confirms 3 times that she's not going to take him back, he makes a run to grab Chrissy before someone else does. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Favorite quotes. Sophia. So where is this vacation spot you're going to where they don't allow mothers? Sophia. You're leaving me behind to watch the house like an old watchdog. Dorothy. Why did I ever marry that man? Sophia. Because he knocked you up. Dorothy. Younger than Chrissy? Where did she meet him? Camp Snoopy? Sophia. You had to bring him home. Why couldn't you find a drunken sailor on a street corner? Dorothy. Well, everything's gotten more expensive since Truman left office. Blanche. Take it from me. There is no gentle way to end it with a man. They just don't get the message. Dorothy. I don't know what to say. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Some facts we learned in this episode. Dorothy's ex is Stan, and he's a putz. Though I think we actually learned that fact in every episode that Stan appears in. Stan's new wife's name, Chrissy, and she left him for a much younger man. Dorothy and Stan bought a piece of property on their honeymoon in Miami, back when they first got married, and he came to town so they could sell it. Rose wanted to be an actress when she was a kid. When Charlie was away at war, she worked for the USO, and a diving midget fell in love with her. Dorothy decides not to get back together with Stan, and it's because she can't trust him. The main plot in this episode is Dorothy and Stan in their sort of reunion. And admittedly, it's a bit awkward. It does seem to kind of work, but who doesn't really think that it's just pity sex on Dorothy's part? Because she felt bad for him with Chrissy. Because Lord knows, she could not run out of that room fast enough when Chrissy was at the door. And if he hadn't grabbed her arm and stopped her, then she would have made a clean getaway. But, yeah, I think Sophia and her group of friends were right in the fact that you don't get back with an ex. Because it rarely works. I mean, there's the 1% when it does. And I might be being generous with 1%, unless you think I'm cheating that. And it should be a higher percentage. But at the same time, too, there's a reason that you broke up with your ex. Whether it's your ex-husband, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-wife, your ex-friend, your ex-something. You know, there was a reason there. Unless they're going to change and not repeat that reason, there's really no point in continuing any kind of relationship with them. I think Dorothy has a much bigger heart than we usually get to see, because she does still care about Stan, and she still treats him with respect, even though he doesn't actually deserve to be treated with respect. And she does help him out time and time again throughout the show. Much to everyone's chagrin in most every episode that he's in, but Sophia usually wins with the best lines and put-downs on Stan. And feel free to share and post those favorite put-downs of Stan.
It's been great reliving this episode with you. Please check out the podcast website, anchor.fm/I love this TV show, no spaces. You'll be able to see the show notes and also support this podcast. To check out everything I'm up to and nerding about, head over to pastasworld.com. You'll also find additional content there. Thanks for listening, and stay golden.